Hey guys, I bought a new bag! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I am, because I just got a new handbag and I'm so excited to share it with you. It's from a brand that I've had my eye on for honestly like 8 years. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, like why didn't you buy sooner? But this bag is the absolute perfect one. I love it so much. I can't wait to show you guys. But it's from FURLA, which is FURLA if you don't roll the R. And it's just beautiful. Let's waste no time. I can't wait to show you guys. It's gonna be a genuine unboxing. I bought it yesterday and didn't even touch the package when I got home. That's some real self-control. Let me tell you, that's all I wanted to do was rip it open when I got home. But I thought I want to make this genuine, so let me show you. So I went to go and see this bag when I was just walking around the mall about 3 weeks ago or so, and it was between this one and the 1927, which I will insert a picture of. But both of the bags are beautiful. It's just that knowing me, you know what color combination and hardware combination I'd likely want to go for, and this one ended up being just the perfect fit. I couldn't get it out of my head, and I knew that I wanted to wait before actually jumping in, but it ended up being definitely the right purchase because as soon as I made it and as soon as I got to the checkout, I just knew 100% I had made the right choice. So let me show it to you. It obviously came in this carrier bag. The carrier bag itself is really nice quality. So it's like a thick paper and then obviously like some fabric straps. And the only thing that I can say I would have loved is that if it had have come in a box, which it didn't. It's just right in the dust bag. On the front it says FURLA on it. The material of the dust bag itself I like. The strings are a little bit like not as well thought through. I'll leave it at that. But inside, I have this beautiful handbag. Let me get the exact name for you, and we're going to take off all of the paper and everything together, but it's the perfect size. I love it so much. So let's take this off. The hair just had to go up so that I could focus more on the bag, but let me just give you a really quick tour of it. This front is a calf skin, but it's textured as like an ostrich skin, which I love. I've always been a really big fan of ostrich, but I've heard, and the essay at FURLA told me that it's actually not the most durable leather. It is considered an exotic, so some people might have a problem with that, but it's not as durable as a calf skin. So this way I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds. On the side and on the back, it's the smooth calf skin. Let me just move this one. And also along the sangles and the handles and crossbody strap as well, it's all smooth calf skin. So it's nice that it gives a lot of different contrast texturally to the bag. And one of the first things that I noticed about this bag was how amazing the stitching is. I'm gonna just bring it a little bit closer so that you can see, but the stitching is incredible. Honestly, it's just such good quality, and I feel like comparing to brands like Louis Vuitton or Chanel that cost so much more but have quality issues like pop stitches or stitching that isn't straight, I think that FURLA really knocked it out of the park when it comes to its quality, and you really can't go wrong. So the hardware on it is like a champagne gold color. On the twist lock closure here, it's champagne gold, as well as some D-rings and just the little notches that you can adjust the strap with. I think that the crossbody strap is likely not going to be how I wear it. I'll probably end up taking it off because how it was packaged, and because it was in the original packaging, it is, you can see here, like it is just a little bit kind of crooked, and I think I just like the look of it better without it anyway. It is adjustable though, so if that was something that you were looking for a little bit more versatility, it is nice to know that you can adjust the crossbody strap. It always just comes in handy. But let me just show you the inside of the bag. So this turn lock closure just turns and then pops through the front little opening there. And on the inside, it's this beautiful, beautiful suede. What I love about it is that it is a lighter color. You can see a little bit here that there are actually two slip pockets. One on the back that goes the full length of the bag, and then another shorter one in the front that says FURLA on it. And then just a little plaque right at the front, sort of the backing to this FURLA sign. But in one of the slots on the inside, it did come with this care booklet, and also on the tag, it did mention that it has RFID technology. And basically what that means is that it's kind of a built-in authenticity of the bag, and it helps with the identification of this particular piece. My first impression of this bag is honestly that it's just such great quality. On the tag, it did say Margherita 20, so I haven't measured it yet, but I'm assuming that that means that this is 20 centimeters. I think it's a really, really great size. And again, because things are detachable, you can also like thread these sangles through a little bit more so you don't have as much on the front. You can do it up. I'll do that for you now, and I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the bag done up, and it is a little bit of a task to get the turn lock closure through each of the sangles. It just takes a minute, so it's not the most practical way to wear it. I think I'll probably wear the sangles loose for the most part. Something else that I wanted to mention about this is that as I was checking out, the sales associate actually told me that it does have a 1-year warranty, which I think is amazing. So he said for anything that's like production / material related. So if stitches start popping, or if there are glazing issues, or if the hardware were to start chipping, for example, that's something that would qualify as something that FURLA would replace. So I think that that's great. It also has feet. And I mentioned this with every purse that I review that has feet. To me, it's just such a plus. I actually heard, I forget from who, it might have been Emma Anders, that having feet is sometimes an issue with larger bags, and that when it's put down, over time, the bottom of the bag in the middle will begin to sag, and it ends up actually warping the bottom leather piece. So instead, if over time this were to start sagging, the feet could sort of exaggerate the structure loss, whereas if it was all just flat, then there wouldn't be sort of like the warped leather on the bottom. But for me, and because most of my bags are a smaller size like this one is, to me, the feet are just a bonus, because as I said in other videos, any extra layers of protection between your purse and the floor or whatever surface it's sitting on, to me is just a bonus. So I'm just so excited to get a lot of use out of this one. I really want to take it with me as much as I possibly can this summer and get the wear out of it that way. But also, while I was in store, the SA had also mentioned to me that they have a lot of different Twillys, and on a different bag, the 1927 top handle, which I think is so cute, it was the runner-up against this one, it had a Twilly on the top handle, and it just made that bag. And I ended up actually trying a Twilly on this one in store, and it just didn't really add anything extra. But to me, this isn't the type of handle that you would want to have a Twilly on, because it is just more of a thin leather strap, and to me it's just not going to have the same effect if it was wrapped with a Twilly than if it was just left like this, a little bit more dainty and a little bit less impactful. Basically, with a Twilly on it, it just looked a little bit awkward. In my opinion, it really doesn't need it, and I think that the strap that it has is a little bit more understated compared to the rest of the bag, and it just allows for all of the focus to be on the front of the bag and doesn't distract your eye with anything too structured on top. If I had have gone for the 1927 bag, I definitely would have got a Twilly for that one. It is still an option for this one in the future, but I think that might be more of like a fall sort of trend that I get into, is to just make this a little bit darker. This color, as you can see, compared to the top that I'm wearing, is a little bit more of like a blush pink, which I think is so nice, and it might be a little bit harder to style this in the fall, so a Twilly might be a really good idea in order to be able to make it a little bit more fall appropriate. Let's talk about price just for a minute, because you might be wondering what a bag like this might go for. Something in the 20 size, fully calf skin, and technically more of like a contemporary designer brand, because something like this might be comparable to a Tory Burch or a Michael Kors or a Pollen, and I wanted to do a separate video on just talking about some of the contemporary designers that I really think that you should consider when you are comparing or when you are looking into expanding your collection and you don't necessarily want to be spending at a luxury price point, because FURLA is just such a great option, and this bag actually ended up being 30% off. And it wasn't from an outlet, it was directly from the boutique in Yorkdale Mall in Toronto. And I just think that for this handbag specifically, I would have been willing to get it without even having the 30% off. So with that, just sort of sealed the deal. I was gonna go for it. There was no turning back, all of that good stuff. So before the discount, it was retailing for $698. And again, for a fully leather handbag that comes with the dust bag, and in the boutique, you sort of get a little bit more of that boutique experience, because it is a store where you get the attention that you deserve. I think I can really not say enough good things about the customer service in the store. They were so attentive, and they gave me a lot of time and didn't make me feel pressured at all to buy anything, which sometimes is not always the case. It depends on who comes in the door that day or what they have going on in their lives, and sometimes it can just put a dampener on the experience. But I can tell you for a fact that I had the best time in that store, and I feel like I would be happy to go back and support those sales associates that helped me. There were actually two. I think one of them was the manager of the store, and this other sales associate, we were laughing and just talking about our lives and our siblings, and it was just a really great experience. So after the discount, this bag ended up being around the $550 mark, which again, I just don't think that when you really compare apples to apples, you can't. If you were to compare this one to a luxury designer brand, you would automatically be paying closer to $6,000 than to $600. So as soon as actually I saw this the first time, I was with my fiance and he wasn't familiar with the brand itself. And I knew a little bit more about it because I actually lived in Italy, and while I was there, I became familiar with this brand because it is an Italian brand. And when we went in, the two of us, he heard 6 and 7, and he was thinking it was in the thousands instead of in the hundreds. So that was just such a really great surprise. This is just totally my style of handbag anyway. The quality, the texture, the color, the size, everything about it I just love. So I also wanted to include some mod shots so that you could see what this looks like on my body frame. For reference, I am 5'7", just in case you want to see proportionally how it might look on your body shape. But this is just going to be one of those bags that I know is going to integrate really seamlessly into my wardrobe. I can already think of so many different outfits that I could wear with it that would just go so well. So I'll keep you posted with different outfit ideas. If you haven't checked out FURLA already, definitely look at their Instagram and check out their website. Their Canadian website doesn't seem to have like a shop option. I'm pretty sure for the States it does, but check out where there's a FURLA nearest to you. I know that there also is an outlet somewhat close to me, so that can be a little bit dangerous, but thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you like this bag, if you can see yourself getting anything from this brand and your first impression of it. But because I haven't heard a lot about what other people think of the brand, I'm definitely interested to hear what you have to say. So please leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.